PSA, Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy, is an offshoot from Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. It's a mega movement across the world established by our enlightened masters, Brahmarshi Patriji. The purpose of this movement is only to spread meditation, spiritual science, vegetarianism, and pyramid power. The PSSA has taken a unique effort to spread this spiritual science in a very systematized way with all the topics intact so as to make the people understand very easily. We are conducting 3 courses, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 goes for 3 days, level 2 goes for 2 days, and level 2 another 2 days. So make it 7 days course. We are dealing in all subjects of fundamentals to the implementation of yogic practices. We cover all aspects in these 7 days. We are doing these courses in the Pyramid Valley campus every month, mostly in the last week. So, on the same lines, we decided to take the classes on online during these disturbing times of Corona to speak to all of you and give in a nutshell in 40 topics for 40 days. Every day we will try to share this spiritual science topics. We wish that you will undergo a sort of transformation with the beautiful science of yogic practices. In this direction, today we have assembled, and first day we will share the beautiful information about the ongoings on in the modern times, how we are behaving, how we are conducting, and what is lacuna in our lifestyle, and what is the plus points in our lifestyles, how to better, how to make our life easy, how to know the fundamentals of our own existence, maximum secrets of our own life, and the best utility of the universe in which we are living. So, my dear masters, to understand this, I bring upon some slides, for you to show so that visuals will have some more effects and you can easily follow. Helps you to understand clarity. Of course, any sort of doubts, etc., kindly do not hesitate to ask once the session is over. Okay. So the Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy is handled by me, and I am very thankful to our Patriji for having comfort, for having ordered me to take over this subject and be in charge of this. I am very happy with this. Now you are seeing one slide where the logo of Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy is available to you. It has got 3 contents. One is love, light, and power, which are reflecting nobility, ability, and capability. So these form part of all these 3 topics form part of spiritual science. The logo is designed with the same purpose of indicating the core topics included in the spiritual science that are necessary for our day-to-day life. The target of spiritual science is being happy, is leading happy life, my dear masters. The target is nothing more than making our life easier and the easiest. Now, we have big mega pyramid in Bangalore city, in the outskirts, on the road of Kanakpura. It is on the lines of the great Giza pyramid in Egypt. You must have heard, one of the wonders of the world. On the same lines and designs, this pyramid has been constructed at the instance of our great master Brahmarshi Patriji. This pyramid today stands as a symbol of pride of Bangalore city towards spiritual science. Bangalore city has been the capital of yogic institutions, spiritual institutions. And Pyramid Valley is one of them, which has earned a lot of fame and name, for itself, for catering to the needs of meditation. It accommodates around 5,000 people at one stretch, at one go, to sit and do meditation. In all annual functions, the pyramid houses thousands and thousands of meditators, seekers of truth. They join together and share their spiritual information with our master Brahmarshi Patriji. So, PSSA will invite you all on behalf of Pyramid Valley International and the PSSM. So this is what precisely about PSSA. In addition to this, we would like to tell you, PSSA has taken the giant step of formulating the textbooks for all the student community in academics from the standards of first standard to degree. We have done that job. Now we have textbooks separately for each standard, and around 200 schools are adopting these books for regular teaching in their schools. And now we have affiliated our PSSA with the Bangalore University and made Pyramid Valley International a coaching center for long-term courses of PGDYS, postgraduate diploma courses in yoga studies for 1 year and certificate course for 6 months in yoga studies. Apart from this, we are also having tie-up. We are working for induction of spiritual science subjects in the University of Technology in Jaipur and Vedic Wellness University of Florida and Bangalore City. And of late, we are in the process of installing a spiritual university, namely Maitreya University of Spiritual Sciences in the campus of Pyramid Valley. We wish that we will be able to accomplish this at an early age. So, masters, with this introduction, let us proceed for today's topic. The topic is concept of yoga. What is the concept of yoga, my dear masters? Concept means a sort of policy, a sort of system, philosophy. Okay. So, what is the core points that essentially mark the word yoga? Concepts of yoga. Before discussing concepts of yoga, yoga means yogic science. Yogic science is nothing but spiritual science. What are the concepts involved in this? What are the basic principles of yoga? What is that we are supposed to learn from this, which are essential for us? Before this, let us discuss about misconceptions. The yogic science is something unknown to the present society. Majority of our people are not aware of that. Why? Because it is not taught in school academics or colleges. It is very simple. We are learning physical sciences. We are learning the sciences that are concerning with the elements, elements knowledge. Don't mistake elementary knowledge. No, elements knowledge. Elements means the universe is made up of 5 elements. Prithvi, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, land, water, fire, air and space. Everywhere we are seeing only that. And all objects synchronized with that, synthesized with that. Alchemy of all this universal objective matters, okay? Those things, because of visibility, and we fall on them, we observe, check up, investigate, and make use of them for our daily life, if they are useful. This is all what we are doing. These are all the physical sciences. Of course, it is fine. On side by side, there is another science which is called yoga. Spiritual science is that. That is presently still very far away for our study. But of late, many efforts are being made to make it popular, and many of the society, at least they are able to catch up that, and we are all in the initial stages. Entire world is aware of that now, as on today, but still the misconceptions did not go. What are those misconceptions? People think that yoga is a religious one. So this is a sort of misconception actually. People are unable to understand what is yoga. So they are having their own opinion without being thorough with the core study. They have not studied, but whatever heard, whatever guessed, that they are making a sort of a belief system. So unfortunately, it is not religious. Many people think yoga means Hindu. Hinduism is there. But if you analyze it, if you review closely, you will understand yoga is nothing but a psychology. It is dealing with mind to make the mind very strong and making it more understandable and adding to the capability of the mind. The yoga is helpful in that direction to be more wise, to be more understanding, and to identify what is right and what is wrong, because the mind is basically attributed with the thinking process. Of course, the thinking process should be based on the yogic system. Then only it will be useful. Otherwise, the mind will be definitely killing you. It will be definitely spoiling all sorts of our actions in a different way. Our action should be proper, neat, tidy, pure, and noble. When that happens, if your mind knows correctly, your actions will be correct. So how the mind will be knowing correctly? The correctness is attributed to the self, that is yoga, that is spirit, spiritual science. The heart is associated with the spirit, energy system, every one of us know. The heart science of the core issue of self, we should know. The self knowledge, if you are aligning with your mind, then your mind will become a beautiful, a true seeker of the noble things. So the mind will adopt that sort of language. So this is what yoga is making our mind very, very noble. Okay. So when every person has got mind, it is not that Hindus only have got mind, or Muslims only, or Jains, or Christians, or any kind of group of people are all humans. We are all one religion, in fact. The meaning of religion, if you are studying in Lateran spirit, it speaks of only group of people, that's all. Not independent group of or many groups. All people are one group only. That is called Vasudha Eva Eka Kutumbakam. One family we are all. In that connection, they said it is a religion. It is not separate groups. Somehow separate groups have fallen and eroding the very purpose of religion. Okay. But as on today, my dear friends, it is not religious. It is actually dealing with everyone on this earth who has mind. My dear friends, everybody has got mind, an accepted fact. If we say, if you don't have mind, then the man will be he will be very angry at us. So, to deal with mind, yoga is necessary. Spiritual science is necessary. It is not pertaining to one section of the people. So, misconception we should erase and we should put correct concept that it is for the humanity. Then it is only yogasana. People are telling nowadays, the yoga, the term is dragged for indicating only asanas. That is somehow, unconceivable. Actually, people without giving a thought, that word is being used in the society. It is not mistake. It is not purposefully, but somehow it has come to the asanas chapter. But asanas is only one of the chapters of yoga. It is only the basics of yoga. It is first. It is a part of yoga. So it is not the entirely yoga. It is a part of yoga system. It is not yogasana alone. It includes yogasanas, but not only yogasanas. There is a lot of other activities of pranayama is there, pratyahara is there, dharana is there, dhyana is there, and samadhi is there. All these things put together are called yoga system. Okay, my dear masters. It is not, kindly don't confuse yourself that asanas alone form part of the whole system of yoga. That is a first part. Okay, you are familiar with that? Fine, it's very happy. Next, you have to go for pranayama. You have to go for pratyahara, dhyana. This dhyana is important, meditation. All these steps are there in this yoga shastra. It is not a small one thing. It's a huge science. It is called Adhyatmik Shastra in Sanskrit. Adhyatmika. I will deal with this in one of the classes. What is Adhyatmik Shastra? Adhi means mind. Atma is spirit. Science dealing with both, not only spirit, it deals with mind also. That's why we are telling that mind should be purified by uniting, by aligning with the self. Self will purify the mind. Okay. So this is what we should understand. Then third one, it is only for physical health. People are thinking that yoga means body health, body development. Sorry. Body development also is possible. Yes, you will get benefit physically. You will get good physics, no doubt about it. But it is not the alone the benefit which it is going to give you. It has got several benefits. Your mind will be purified. Your character will be noble, and you will be able to decide what is right and what is wrong. Uh, and you will enjoy the life. Okay. And the truth will be with you. You will be able to decipher what you should do, what you should not do. That is the very, very essential for us to go on right path so that we enjoy the life. Any wrong path in our life, by mistake or erroneously or by chance, whatever you do, we will have to meet the bad repercussions. So we should be careful. To be careful, we should make a mode of life that is called yoga life. Then it will give you automatically all these facilities. The next one is giving up everything. Some people think yoga means oh, the children should not be given access to yoga. They think that the children will go away from the families. They will abandon everything. They'll go to Himalayas, or they will not do the work. They become lazy. And a man has to give up his family, children. They forget. All these conceptions are there. That is not correct. These are all wrong views. So a wrong belief system has fallen in the society. We have to erase it. This is not giving up anything, my dear masters. Yoga is not giving up anything. It is inclusive of everything. Actually, you should do. You will be doing much more work than what you are doing without yoga. So you will be more of an expert, in doing things. And you will be doing great works also, not only work. Work is of three types. Okay. One is bad work is there. If you are not pure in your mind will land you up in bad work. Okay. uh, and then good work also is there. Okay, so you will be, after all, good work, and you will be, sometimes you will be feel happy, and good work always doing. What it does, it will give good results, that's enough. But you will not land up into bliss, or you will not land up into be useful for majority of the people. You can have the most be good for your own family and all those things. And on top of good work, you should be able to do great work. That is the target of your performance. Great work you should do, which um, has impact on greater society, greater section of the people, so that your wisdom should be used by everybody. Wisdom should give the benefit to everybody. As you are wise, make everybody wise, then they will enjoy the life much more. Okay. So that last one is, it is becoming a sannyasi. Some people still rather go and say every yogi is a sannyasi. In fact, my dear friends, no yogi is a sannyasi if you see the history of the society. All rishis, all saints, they are all family holders. So kindly bear it in mind. There is no sannyasi here. Grahastha asrama is the best asrama. And these are the things which we should keep it in memory, keep it in mind, and have a right path. Why we should have these sort of misconceptions about the spiritual science. So kindly erase all those things. Have open mind and welcome the spiritual science into our life for getting benefit of that. Let us see what benefits we'll get. And then some people also say it is for retired personnel. They say it is for retired person at the end of age. Okay, for the old people, this yoga is necessary. They will go to temple and sit there. They don't have any other work. That's not correct. For older people, also it is necessary, and for a young boy also it is necessary. To enjoy the life, it should be at the beginning, not at the end. Okay. So, my dear masters, kindly teach this meditation to the kids right from the schools, first standard onwards. We should give this sort of wisdom. This is a wisdom. That is the reason. It is, some people say, so only useless fellows only will go for sitting quiet and follow this sort of, oh God, oh God. So incapable people, oh God, they will say. These are all the belief systems what we have in our present society. It is very wrongly it is going on. We should correct this. We should revive our ancient wisdom of treating everybody as God, and of putting everybody on right path of life. No? Okay. It is for moneyless people also, some people will say. And and people say it is only moksha. Only at the time of death we'll see. That's not correct. Of course, moksha also you'll be getting, but not at the end of the death. Okay. It is, the moksha will come only right from the beginning. It is moksha. Moksha means freedom from sorrow. That is the moksha, in fact. There are two kinds of mokshas are there. One is freedom from sorrow, and another one is freedom from a rebirth. Okay. Cycle of death and birth. We should escape that. So there are two. One is dukkha rahitya, another one is janma rahitya. Okay. Rahitya means not aware. Rahitya means negativity. Dukkha rahitya means no dukkha should be there. And janma rahitya means no janma for there. So these are the two benefits, twin benefits are there with the spiritual science. Okay. So, my dear masters, next slide we will see what is the concepts of yoga. In fact, yoga is understanding self. It is not a becoming a sort of a useless thing in the life. It is understanding actually who you are. It will make you understand. There are so many paths of understanding yourself. There are karma yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga, and gnana yoga. There are mainly four paths of yoga that takes you to understand your existence here. Why you have come here? Actually, who are you? Where from you have come? Where you are going to? All these things we should know. Okay. These people are called jignasu, that is desirous of knowing the unknown things. Then yoga is alignment of personality with self. Then yoga is said to be yujyate anena iti yoga. That is the definition of yoga. Yujyate, in Sanskrit, this word is used to indicate the alignment. What is to align? Your mind should align with the self, that is heart. Head and heart both should start working. You people will be speaking also sometimes. Baba, you work with head and heart, not only with head. What is the meaning of that? So head and heart should be joined together. That is called yoga. That's it. Mind should be aligned to the self. Where is the self? Self is in the heart. Where is the mind? It is in the head. That's why people say head and heart should put in the work so that work will be expert. Work will be uh, fine, excellent. Okay. So for that head and heart, we have to align. That is called yoga. Nothing more than that. How to align? That is a big issue. That's how the whole spiritual lore, the whole education of spiritual science is all about facilitating this sort of alignment from the mind, making the mind to align with the self in the heart. Yujyate arena. What is the mind? Mind is the personality. In one of the classes to follow, we will explain to you what is the mind and what is the personality. Okay. How many bodies we have and what is the meaning of personality? I will explain to you. So for this class today, kindly understand that mind should be aligned with self. That is called Yujyate Anina. That is really called as yoga. Okay. And then third one is yoga is becoming upright. So upright means what? Upright means we are not polluting our mind with actions. Whatever mind thinks, it should be acted upon. That is alignment. You are thinking something, doing something else. That is not alignment. That is not called uprightness. Uprightness is Trikarana Shuddhi in Sanskrit, what we say. Uprightness is what? Whatever you are thinking in the mind, that should be spoken. Whatever you are speaking should go into action. Same thing. There should not be any deviation of what you said, should go only into action the same way. So this is possible only when you are aligning your head and heart. My dear masters, kindly understand, without this alignment, life becomes very, very hard, very, very harsh. Life becomes miserable, confused. A lot of problems will be there, which we are not aware of that. Unknowingly, we fall into pit. That is the reason why spiritual science will lift you from all miseries, sorrows, and everything. It will give you 100% sorrow-free life. Okay, and then concepts is the definitions given in Yoga Shastra are like this. Yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That means your all materialistic thoughts in your mind. Please stop it for some time. And your mind becomes light, very easy, pure. Then all burden is removed for some time. Then mind will become calm. When mind becomes calm, then the wisdom sprouts. Then it will align itself to the self. Then it will go internally and align the alignment with the self is possible at that time when your mind is empty from the thoughts and be calm. Okay. So, my dear master, Chitta Vritti means materialistic thoughts. Sushma Vritti means subtle thoughts that is not concerning with the material. Non-materialistic thoughts are Shushma Vritti, materialistic thoughts are Chitta Vritti. Okay. The Chitta Vritti should be stopped. All these thoughts regarding the materialistic, regarding the universe, regarding the family, regarding friends, relatives, and everything, whatever is available on this earth planet should be kept aside for some time. Then your mind will become very, very calm and quiet, light, and is just like that, accommodative it is. Now it will get aligned to the inner self. Once it is aligned to the inner self, then self will take over that. And beautifully, it will guide the mind to do all sorts of work. Okay. So yoga is knowing Swarupa. Swarupa means what is self. Then you will be understanding. When the mind is free, then the mind will understand what is self. It will get aligned to the self. Then self will be manifested in the mind. Then that is you are able to view, you are able to understand what is self. So as Swarupa Anusandhanam Bhakti Diti Avidhiyate, that is what Adi Shankaracharya have been vehemently speaking everywhere. Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. Kindly align your mind to your own self. That is what he was asking everyone. Why? Because the self knows everything. The self is all potential. The self is called Brahman. The self is called God. The self is called Almighty. Okay. So you align with that. You go with a powerful person. That is, that is what those our people were aiming at. Okay. At that time, that is most important. So Swaswarupa Anusandhanam Bhakti Riti Abhidiyate. So this we should not forget. Always we should align with the self. How to align with the self? The methodology is meditation, dhyana. People have been brought in. People have brought out our ancient masters who have investigated into all these aspects. How to make the man wise, how to make the man happy, to have a better life of continuous happiness. So they have investigated and they have found out that the way methodology is meditation. Already it is readily available to us. So that is the route for knowing ourselves. Then third one is Prashamanopayaha is yoga. Okay. Prashamanopayaha means getting rid of the tiresome, getting rid of the headache, all sorts of heavy burdens, in the mind. Kindly keep it for some time. All the carriage, all the load on your shoulders, please keep down for some time so that the shoulders will get relief. Okay. So all the burden, whatever you are in the mind, you have in the mind, kindly keep it for some time aside. Postpone all those things for next hour. Nothing is going to happen. So if you are emptying your mind from the thoughts, then your mind will come to calmness. When once the mind is calm, then the self will take over that. Prasanna chetaso hi ashu buddhi parivasistate. Prasanna chetas means calm mind. Asu buddhi means instant wisdom. It will come there. So what is self? Self is nothing but self-knowledge. Knowledge it is, wisdom it is. So that wisdom will be Pragnanam Brahma, that is what he said. Pragnana means wisdom. Wisdom itself is God. Wisdom itself is self, spirit, energy. That's what we should understand. So, my dear masters, making the mind calm is one of the important requirement of happy life. Otherwise, you continuously think for all the 24 hours. Even in sleeping also, when you are thinking, it is not a sleep, but you lay down for sleeping and start thinking. No sleeping. That is the fate of our human, our friends. So many friends are like that. Okay, next one is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam means everything is equal. Don't get your mind disturbed for everything. Don't disturb at all your mind. Whatever you hear, it is only external. Don't disturb your mind. Don't take it to heart or mind. Whatever somebody speaks, don't take it. Only you judge, only you understand what it is what he has spoken, but don't react. We have to only respond. Okay, that what our life system should be, should uh, have that sort of procedure of life. So samatvam yoga uchyate. So don't discriminate people also, all are equal because everybody is like you. Everybody has got self. That's why they are all are gods. See, today, he may not be speaking better because today he is not able to speak, but tomorrow he is able to speak. But he can speak. That is the great quality. So for that we should recognize. It is not that he is not able to speak, so he is inferior to you. No, please. He is not inferior. It is only of the today's status. You let wait for tomorrow. Then he becomes equal. Okay. That's why anytime he can become equal. So for that we should not say he is inferior. Okay. Then an absolute, a beautiful word is there. Karmasu kaushalam is yoga. Okay. Karmasu kaushalam. Karmasu means what? In all our actions, expertise is important. Excellence is important. When once you are learning spiritual science, when you are practicing yoga practices, then this automatically you will imbibe the quality of kaushalam. What is the quality of kaushalam? Kaushalam means it is a Sanskrit word giving two meanings: kushalatvam and kushagra buddhi. Kushalatvam means welfare. Are you okay? Are you kushala? Kushala means are you okay? Are you fine? That is. Kushalatva means sharpness, okay, of mind. Sharp intellect is called kushala, kushagra buddhi. That means sharp intellect. So whether you are wise enough, that is most important. So you should be wise, you should be kushala, okay, and you should also have happiness in your smiling in your life, in your um, lips. Always a smiling face. That is called kushala. Always excellent work. That is called kushala. So both are there. You should be always smiling, and you should always do the excellent work. Okay, my dear master. This is the characteristics of yoga. Do you want them or not? Everybody wants. So yoga is inescapable, my dear friends. But somehow, we are distanced from this. What to do? But so many things have taken place in this world, universe. A lot of invasions, a lot of people, they have had their own cultures here, and Sanskrit has been kept at back benches, and our ancient wisdom did not find place in our academics, and with the result, this sort of wisdom has taken a back seat, and all only materialistic wisdom has been pushed forward. So we are with that. Anyway, we can again revive it, and we can be again happy once again. Okay. Then what is the methodology of yoga? We have said so much. Then how this is happening? What is actually core practices are there? Nirvichara Vaisharadhya Adhyatma Prasadaha. So nirvichara, that means a thought-free state of mind is very important. Nirvichara. Kindly remember this word, nirvichara. Adhyatma Prasadaha. That means you will be more happy in the heart and head. Both you will be happy. You should be calm and quiet in the mind, and your heart should be very pure and wide-heartedness should come there. Okay. So both will be pure if you are adopting this sort of meditation, this sort of chitta vritti nirodha. Okay. That is called meditation. In Sanskrit, it is called dhyana. Then gaining wisdom, excellence in work, equanimity, and you will be renunciate, and you will have happiness also, and liberation from sorrow, as I already told, liberation from rebirth. All these things are there. What are the targets of yoga? The targets of this science is two. There is no dukkha, no rebirth. So, my dear masters, I think that you got some information about the yoga and yogic lore, and this is the subject which every one of us need for day in and day out, isn't it? Then our way of life should be always a pleasant one, happy one. How? Just invite meditation into your daily routines, then Everything will happen just like that. What is a meditation? That also we are discussing in one of the classes. Science of meditation is already scheduled. We have designed 40 topics in such a way that you will get entirely the yoga knowledge. And then at the end of, when you attend all these 40 classes, we are going to give you one participation certificate in yoga studies from our academy, that is PSSA. This is an academy which is an education wing of the mega movement, mega foundation for yoga across the world, founded by our Brahmarshi Patanjali. So with this information, thank you very much for listening to me. Time is up. Now, I will ask our Srikantji to take up meditation part.